Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking all about what my business plans are for 2022, just to give you guys a little bit of an update. All right, so a few very big things happening for me and for A Creative Co. moving into 2022. So just as a little backstory, in case you haven't seen some of my recent YouTube videos, towards the end of 2021, I went through some very big life changes, and life changes automatically kind of go along with business changes. And I did a lot of diving deep, figuring out what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, and where I wanted to take my career. So towards the end of 2021, I really started to streamline and get rid of everything that wasn't important. And as a part of that, I got rid of my last few remaining one-on-one monthly retainer clients. So that is number one. Moving into 2022, I was already kind of setting this up all along in 2021. I thought I was going to keep my core. I had about 4 or 5 clients that I just thought I would always have my team help me manage their social media accounts. And towards the end of 2021, I just realized, number one, it wasn't bringing me joy anymore. I've kind of grown out of that phase of execution in my business. And while, yes, I had the team there to support me, it is just something that I no longer wanted to do. It just did not sit with me anymore and what I want for my life and for my future. So I got rid of all of my social media management clients. So I no longer manage anybody's social media, and neither does my team. I've passed that off, passed the baton, and it is just something I no longer do. It is something that I'm going to continue to educate on through the Creative Content Lab, and we'll get into that in a second because I've done it for so long. But it's just that time in my business to take a step back and say, love you clients, but no longer, can't do it. So that moves directly into number 2. Rather than focusing on the execution portion of social media working in this industry, I'm going to focus more on consultation and strategy. And I'm currently working on some new service offerings now, but what this is essentially going to look like, I'm going to work in the front end of what I used to do for my social media management clients. Now, when I used to sign a client, I would bring them on and essentially build out their entire social media strategy, their entire content strategy, and then my team and I would go and execute that strategy. I'm just going to remove that execution portion, and now this gives me the ability to work with small business owners still on a one-on-one basis, but I just hand off everything and say, hey, you run with it. And I can always give them recommendations for social media managers, again, through the Creative Content Lab members. But I'm going to be removing myself from that aspect of it because, again, I don't find joy in it anymore. I'm at that stage in my life. It's just not what I want to do. So I'm still currently building out that suite of offers and trying to figure out what that looks like for me. I was very fortunate enough towards the end of 2021, I was able to let go of all my clients and had enough in the reserves to be able to take some time. Not time off. I'm still working in the business and on the business, but I have not had any new clients come in, even at this consultation level, for a couple months, just because I need to focus on and make sure that that offer is very strong. Which leads me into goal number 3. I'm really going to be, along with that, probably taking 1 or 2 clients a month if I feel like it. If I want to take a break, that's totally fine. Along with that, I'm going to be increasing the amount of speaking engagements that I do, the brand collaborations that I take, and working on my digital product suite. So I really want to round out my business. Whereas before, I only had 1 or 2 streams of income for the business. Now I'm trying to find other ways to bring in more money through different avenues and different things that I enjoy. So rather than having, those set bank of clients that would be my recurring revenue per month, I'm going to be working on other things to start to bring that money in. And the speaking events and brand collaborations and digital products they really do align with what I want for myself. I eventually would love to be a thought leader in the space. I'm starting to carve my way into that and be able to educate others. And that's just the path that I want to take. That is something I've always been called to do. So those things are starting to align more so with where I want to go and, less so on managing clients day to day. And now I'm not saying this is for everybody. This is just something that I've worked for over the last 10 years. And it's about time for me to take a step back. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with managing clients day in, day out. It's just not where my dreams are anymore. Which brings me into point number 4. My main offering is going to be the Creative Content Lab. Now, again, if you don't follow me on social media, the Creative Content Lab is a resource and education space for social media managers to grow their own agencies, to kind of do what I've done for the last couple years. But what I want to do is I have taken this membership to the next level. I used to just deliver modules every month, but now I'm bringing in guest experts for master classes. Now we have virtual networking events with like cute little coffee dates in the morning on Zoom, and then we'll have some like happy hours in the evening. Every Wednesday, it's a Work With Me Wednesday on Zoom for accountability and co-working. All these different things that I'm bringing into the Creative Content Lab to really make sure that it is a hub for people to learn how to become a social media manager and grow in this industry. So that's going to be my main offering. It is a membership-based offering. So that is, obviously I had that income all through last year, but that is going to be replacing the bulk of me getting rid of my clients, and then all of those other things are just supplementary. So wrapping this all together in point 5, streamlining my business. With all of this reduction and addition, I have gone out of my way to streamline my business. I used to have a million apps, a million processes, a million X, Y, and Z. I had so much stuff going on, all these team members, and now it's coming to the point I have realized that I do not want to be this big CEO. I went on this trajectory of like trying to run my own agency, going big. And I got to the top of that and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to take this to the next level. So now I'm kind of coming off of that. I will still always have team members, contractors, things like that. But I'm now trying to figure out a way to remove myself from the business as much as possible. Just with everything that happened to me in 2021, I know that I was absolutely burnt out for basically the last half of 2021, just with everything going on in my life. And I never want to feel like that ever again. And I want a business that works for me and not the other way around. I have realized that I don't want this big multi-million-dollar business. I just want something that supports me and my dreams and my lifestyle. And that's okay. And so I'm kind of bringing the reins back in 2022 and streamlining and just making sure it's a well-oiled machine that I could take a break from if I need to. So those are my big business plans for 2022. Just wanted to give you guys a little update, and hopefully this can inspire you to set some big goals for yourself or not. Again, I'm kind of pulling back the reins on some of my goals this year to really focus on myself and focus on making this business what I want it to be. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. And if you want to see more about some of these big goals in place, if you want to hear more about my offerings, make sure you follow me on Instagram at @a_creativeco. I'll see you over there. That's where I give most of my updates. Maybe I'll give another update on YouTube here soon, but that's pretty much it. And I will see you guys next week.